Yeah, really echoes in here. We're gonna get started. I'm gonna let Lauren call the meeting to order.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you guys for all joining us tonight. The time is 5:31, and I will make a motion to open the public hearing. Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor? All opposed?
All right, there's 3 items on the public hearing agenda. I understand a lot of y'all may be here for item number 3, which is the Wynn Peacock LLC Shri Kumar rezoning. That request has been withdrawn at the request of the applicant, so we will not be hearing that this evening. If you're here only if you're here for that item, of course, let me get your attention, please. If you're here only for that item, of course, you're willing to stay. It's a public meeting, and are happy to have you stay and view and have input as to any issue. But if that's the only reason you're here and you don't care to be here for any other item, then of course you're welcome to leave. We just want to make that announcement prior to getting into the meeting in case some of you are going to be inconvenienced by staying if we're not going to hear that matter. All right?
If you want to leave, we're gonna pause for just a minute, let everybody go. I have no doubt we're above the fire code capacity. So if you want to leave, we'll give about a minute or two. Anybody wants to leave, please go. Nobody's going to go, then we're going to get started.
Okay.
All right,
Thank you. And then this evening we have Pastor Ortez, who's going to lead us in prayer. If you would, please.
Welcome, Mayor.
Thank you.
First time I got to
Thank
meet you.
you.
I used to live here for 7 years. I live in Athens, Georgia. Great to be with each and every one of you. But when they asked me to come and pray for you, I didn't think I was going to get in trouble. So when I saw all these people, I think, oh my Lord, what you doing? Then I saw our chief, our captain come in. Welcome. Good to have you here in Athens. And first time I ever called a police officer for one of their meetings. So hopefully we'll be good, right?
Yeah.
Let bow our heads and pray. Father, we give you glory, honor, and praise. We thank you for this day. We thank you for the city of Hoschton. It is a great city, a great town to live in, great people in it, and it is expanding and it's growing and it's experiencing birth pains. And as it experiences those birth pains, may they be willing to adjust and be willing to work with each other. Lord, as this town continues to grow, may they each respect each other, and may they honor each other, and may they listen intently, and may they agree, but agree in harmony and without any issues or any negative comments or disrespect to each person here. Father, we give you glory, honor, and praise, and we thank you for this day. In Jesus' name, through the power of the Holy Ghost, we all said together, amen. Amen.
All right, and then we have Mr. Mahan, who's going to lead us in the pledge, please.
Now, please stand. Join me and pledge allegiance to the flag of our country. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you both. Okay, and as Mr. Hayes has already stated, line item number 3 has been removed for the applicant. I will go ahead and make a motion to approve the agenda. Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor? All opposed?
All right, Jerry, we're taking the first 2 together.
Yes, sir.
All right. We have 3 items on our public hearing agenda. As I stated, item 3 has been withdrawn. We will take items 1 and 2 together. A public hearing is being called on item number 1, Z-22-08, Viasat by SSC Inc., applicant, RJF Realty LLC, property owner, seeks rezoning from C1 Neighborhood Business District to C2 General Commercial Highway Oriented District for 1.06 acres, fronting on the east side of State Route 53 and the north side of West Jackson Road. The proposed use is a satellite ground station. The existing use is an office. Also, item number 2, CU-22-02, Viasat by SSC Inc., applicant, RJF Realty LLC, property owner, seeks a conditional use permit for telecommunications equipment satellite ground station in a C2 General Commercial Highway Oriented District for 1.06 acres, fronting on the south side of State Route 53 and the north side of West Jackson Road. And I hereby open the public hearing as to both items. Jennifer, could you confirm the public notice has been given? After we hear a report from Mr. Whites, we will allow speakers both in favor of and in opposition to the application. All speakers must abide by the following rules. When it's your time to speak, come to the microphone. Please state your name, address, and whether you're a resident of the city of Hoschton. Speak only to the merits of the application. Address all comments to mayor and council. Refrain from personal attacks. Discuss the facts instead of giving opinions and speculation. To allow an opportunity to as many people who wish to speak as possible, please do not duplicate points that have already been made. Each side will have a total of 10 minutes to speak. In the event that we have multiple speakers, I'll limit time accordingly so that each person can speak. Agendas and outlines of public hearing procedures are located near the entrance to the meeting room, and after the hearing is closed, we'll move on through our public hearing agenda, then our work session, and then it will be taken up at our regular council meeting agenda. Mr. Whites?
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mayor and Council. These two applications go together. One is a rezoning, the other is a conditional use. The property is about 1 acre of land that's on State Route 53 in the north side of West Jackson Road. It's the current office of Dr. Molina, the dentist in town. And the request is fairly simple. They'd like to put what they're calling a satellite ground station in the rear yard of that on the side where the fire station is. The staff recommendation is for approval of the rezoning with one condition. That condition would limit certain uses on the property that I believe the applicant has no interest in doing anyway. And then secondly, the conditional use permit is recommended for approval with two conditions. One has to do with the chain link fence. If it's a chain link fence, it shall be black vinyl coated. And then that equipment on the installation shall not exceed a height of 10 feet. So those are the two recommendations from the case.
Thank you, Mr. White. Is there anyone here who wishes to speak on behalf of the applicant? If so, raise your hand. All right, sir, if you'll come on up. Are you going to have other speakers in favor of your application?
I'm not sure.
Okay, we've got 10 minutes. If you'll state your name, your address, and whether you're a resident of the city of Hoschton. You can reserve such time as you want for rebuttal in case it's needed.
Thank you. My name is Randy Jones with Viasat. Viasat's located at 349 Inverness Drive South in Englewood, Colorado. I am a resident of Westminster, Colorado, not of this great county. Viasat is a broadband internet provider through satellites. If you look this up on the net, you'll see that we also provide service to the federal government through its Department of Defenses. But this is for civilian use. I work for the civilian side of the company. We're proposing to put a 6-foot diameter dish. It doesn't stand any more than 8.5 feet tall, so we can meet the 10-foot restriction. It consists of one dish, the support equipment, the 6-foot chain link fence, which black coating is fine by us. Once again, no objection to any of the conditions that have been brought forward to this date that I have seen. The site will provide broadband, high-speed broadband internet to anyone who subscribes to our service. Why did we choose the dentist property? One reason is there's power there. The fiber that we use is there. We only use a particular fiber provider in a particular parts of the country. In this particular spot, I do believe it's Windstream. We had a willing landlord, and we had a planning department that we could get permits through after satisfying all the conditions set forth by the township here. And that's how we choose these sites. They're also spaced out in a particular, I call it an algorithm, but they're placed out throughout the United States. They're spaced in a particular way based on these criteria that we talked about. One I left out is what we call the line of sight to our satellite that will be launched at the end of the year. If you look this up, you'll see we already have Viasat 1, Viasat 2. This will be called Viasat 3 if you're so interested to look it up. And then hopefully in the future there'll be more Viasat satellite launches. We ask you to approve the rezoning, and we ask you to approve the conditional use permit also. And we would usually get a question when we plan on starting construction. In this case, well before the end of the year, I'd like to get started no later than October. Really, I'd like to get started in September if I could. Then I get the permits lined up in time. Other than that, I can answer questions. It's a fairly simple build. It gets done in about 3 days. Most people don't even notice it, to be honest. I was in the cell phone business for many, many years, 17 years, and it's not a tower. It's not 100 feet tall. Most people, like I said, sitting back where the shed is right now, you wouldn't even know there. So I'll answer any questions from the council or from the crowd here.
All right, thank you. Is there anyone else who wishes to speak in favor of the application? If so, please raise your hand. Is there anyone who wishes to speak in opposition to the application? If so, raise your hand. All right, y'all have any questions for Jerry or that? Oh, I'm sorry.
Sorry.
Do we have one? All right, come on up.
Okay.
Park away.
Thank you.
If you'll approach the mic and give your name, your address, whether you're a resident of the city of Hoschton, you'll have up to 10 minutes.
Hello, I'm Debbie Martin, and I live in Crestwood, Twin Lakes. I am a resident of Hoschton for almost 2 years now. Thank you all here for Crestwood. I had 2 questions for the gentleman. I heard you say conditional use, and I don't know what that is, and I'd like to know what that is. And then also you said it was approved by the landlord. What about the person that's occupying the property? How do they feel about it?
All right, is that everything you had to say?
For now, yes.
Well, you only have one chance, so
Oh.
you can keep on talking or you're done.
I can keep on talking, but I think that's good.
All right, thank you so much. Thank you. All right, does anyone else wish to speak in opposition? If so, please raise your hand. All right, then, sir, if you want to come up, you've got 7.5 minutes left. You can answer her questions or not answer her questions. It's totally up to you.
I don't mind. We obviously have a lease with the underlying landlord, the dentist. I am guessing that she consulted her tenants. I do not know that. I would assume that her existing leases would either let her to sub it out to us or not. I have no idea.
Anything else? That's it. All right. Do y'all have any questions for anyone?
Wasn't it conditional?
Oh, let staff answer the conditional use. They can explain it better than I
Sure.
would. Yeah.
A conditional use is a use that the ordinance allows if it's been reviewed and approved by the city council after a public hearing process. Meaning that it should normally be an allowed use, but there are instances where it might not be, and that's why it's a special review. It's conditionally approved. It's not a permitted use outright. The applicant has to come to the city council after public hearing and make application for it, and then if approved, then they're able to establish it. If not, it's not an allowed use.
All right, do y'all have any questions for Jerry or the applicant or anyone? All right, then I'll close the public hearing, and as we stated, item 3 has been withdrawn, so that concludes our public hearing agenda.